when do men's standards change? Because like we were sitting there talking like, man, when you were in high school and junior high and stuff, you was talking to chicks like, oh man, nah, hell no. I can't mess with her, bro. Her fingernail polish is wrong, bro. Her eyebrow shape is just a little wrong. Can't. Nowadays, you like, look, bro, she walking in a straight line, right? It's Tuesday, right? She's straight. I got it.
You don't stink. Cool.
So when did our standards start? When did we start lowering the standard? When do we just start settling?
Are we talking about in general, or are we talking about the age?
What's the difference?
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
You said AIDS or age?
I definitely didn't say AIDS. No, I said age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said age. So, I mean, of course there's a difference, because there is generalized when it comes to men, and there's a point where we grow up and our standards change on how we look at women. So that's what I'm saying. What angle are you trying to go from it from?
Well, it depends on your position of life and your ability to be able to attract the type of women that you want, and the opinions of your peers, whether your peers are around and checking out what you hooking up with or not.
Yeah, but the question he had was, when our standards changed, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are we coming from? Are we talking about in general, just like how men lowered their standard? Did we lower our standards, or is it just an age thing of, what age do you feel that your standards change?
Yeah, but they're the same thing, because you're like, okay, men start to lower their standards when they're trying to whatever. But then you go, is there an average age when they start doing that in general?
I probably wouldn't put it in an age class, but situation.
No, I'll put in an age, definitely. And you as a person, because
your age kind of can change your situation.
So, yeah, exactly.
But if you're the kind of guy that, as you get older, you just start looking better or whatever. So, I mean, it could be a plus. But either way, yeah, when your stuff starts to drop, that's when your standards also.
So basically, you're saying when you get a dad bod, you just go for anything.
I wouldn't quite say that, but it's getting leading in that direction.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think there's just different phases. So I think it happens multiple places, It happens once when you're a child, like when you're a child, where you're like, you go through that cootie phase, whatever, at least that's what we went through. Then you become a freaking horny teenager. And of course your standards, and depending on the teenager that you are, this is to me what that's the time that I think shapes your standards, whether you look at only high class or you have no standards. Mm-hmm. That's the age I feel like that really shapes that. Then I feel like the next time, I think it's when you hit like your late 20s to your 30s, when like, yeah, you're right. I mean, well, I would say you're probably late 20s to your early 30s where I'm more at, because I mean, you're starting to look at settling down. You're not at the age where it's like, oh man, I'll be honest with you. Now that I've gotten older, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've definitely looked at older women a lot different. And like, yeah, she don't look that bad compared to when I was young. I'm like, yeah, I want to touch her with the yardstick. Now it's like, no. And then I think you're right. Like the next stage after that would probably be when you start getting your dad bod and you really just start, like you're starting to show your age. And then to me, that's the point where it's like, I'll take any young thing that comes my way.
I take a serious approach to not having my dad's bod.
Well, it's like somebody said, if you want to solve that problem completely, if you're a man, just become rich.